Yeah.
Yeah, man, ladies and gentlemen, cover the boy. Just look at me, your man, your presenter, your CEO of Football is a Religion. Here he is, man. Here he is. Clean, man, clean. So yeah, I want us to talk about the Coupe de France, the French Cup, the domestic cup. In the French league, right? So that's basically the FA Cup of the French, league in France, right? So it's called the Coupe de France, right? And that was Kylian Mbappe's last game. So he just departed in style with the domestic double. You understand? So Bayer Leverkusen also clinched a domestic double. PSG also clinched a domestic double. So it's only Sundowns, the other team that I think that are intending to clinch a domestic double, but they won't. Pirates is gonna win the Nedbank Cup, so I don't think Sundowns will be able to achieve a domestic double. I'm rooting for Pirates in this one. I don't favor either of the teams, but I think Pirates are the strong favorites to win the Nedbank Cup. You understand? So, welcome once again to Football is a Religion. It's your boy Bube Simpati Mhlaba. If you're new, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Let's get straight to business, man. So, PSG, they won the league and the cup, double for the first time since basically 2020, when it actually achieved domestic treble by also lifting the now defunct League Cup, right? So Paris Saint-Germain renewed that rivalry with Olympique Lyonnais, right, in the French Cup final and completed their domestic double in Kylian Mbappe's last game for the club on a Saturday evening. So just before the matchup, Karim Benzema, the Lyon legend, he was rooting for Olympique Lyonnais, right? Because that's his former club. That's a club that he made his name, whereby he got that big money transfer move to Real Madrid. Remember when Benzema was at Lyon? He got nominated for the Ballon d'Or. He was on fire when he was at Lyon, and his form at Real Madrid was just another icing on the cake, just to further prove his capability on what a predator he was in front of goal. Now he just departed to the Saudi League with Al Ittihad, So PSG to open the scoring through the French winger, Ousmane Dembele, and then the Spain midfielder Fabian Ruiz scored for PSG in the first half. And then Lyon did pull a goal back through Jack O'Brien, who got a consolation in the second half. And PSG won the league and the cup for the first time in basically 4 years. You understand? So Mbappe, it was huge celebrations. It was a roar of celebrations after the final whistle. With an equally big smile on his face. He hugged, and high-fived his teammates. And the ecstatic PSG staff lifted Mbappe and threw him in the air. We saw that. So it's what? On the side of Olympique Lyonnais, it is actually a positive for them to actually reach a domestic cup final. You understand? It's the whole situation where you look at it, the way how Olympique Lyon started the season. It was a disaster. They started the season on a disaster. It was a disastrous note. You understand? And despite losing the final, now Lyon have actually qualified for the Europa League by finishing 6th in the league. So, that's a remarkable turnaround compared to how they began the season. So credit must also go to PSG for, actually playing well and actually being very clinical in front of goal. It was actually Ousmane Dembele who opened the scoring in the 22nd minute, by hitting home from a cross by Nuno Mendes, and then Brian Ruiz doubled the lead by converting a rebound in the 34th minute after his header was blocked by O'Brien. And then the Lyon goalkeeper, Lucas Perry pulled off something. He pulled off some outstanding saves in the opening minutes. He denied the former Lyon, winger Bradley Barcola, as well as, Warren Zaïre-Emery, but he just misjudged the flight of the ball, when Mendes made the cross for the opener, which led to the opener that was scored by the former Barcelona winger Ousmane Dembele. And then O'Brien managed to just cut the deficit to 2-1, heading a corner in the 55th minute of the game. But from that particular moment in time, I think it's a matter of fact that what I've come to notice is that PSG have actually struggled in the air, this season. Because they nearly conceded from another corner in the 64th minute. But give credit to the goalkeeper, Gianluigi Donnarumma, who tipped a header, from the left back Nicolas Tagliafico over the bar. But I guess, Lyon need to give themselves a tap on the back. They actually did very well, from where they were at the beginning of the season to how they were able to complete the season. It's quite remarkable. It's quite remarkable, and it's something that you gotta also admire. You understand? I get the fact that maybe the players might feel a bit of disappointment, but you know what? They should be proud of what they've done. You understand? And I'm also giving them, a tap on the back. You understand? I'm giving them a tap on the back. Because remember, Lyon were at the bottom of the league in December. That was like midway through the season. They were at the bottom of the league in December. But they racked up more points. They were able just to rake up more points than any other club in the second half of the season to actually finish 6th. So that's quite remarkable. That's incredible, ladies and gentlemen. That's just incredible. And Mbappe tried hard to find the net, in his last outing for PSG. And it started with a curling shot from the edge of the box. But it didn't really trouble Perry that much in the Lyon goal in the 20th minute. And he also volleyed over the bar, just towards the halftime break. But, in 7 seasons with PSG, Mbappe basically has won, an incredible 15 trophies, including basically 4 French Cups. You understand? Although Mbappe did not add to his tally, he does leave PSG as like their all-time top goal scorer after netting 256 goals in 308 appearances. So I guess, it's a new chapter. Real Madrid awaits for him. That's basically a dream move for him. And the French, but it's needless to say, when you look at the off-the-field antics, it was actually made by violence, because we did see there was a clash between the Lyon and the PSG supporters on a highway, which was leading to the venue a few hours before kickoff. Like the supporters threw flares and windows were smashed on buses full of supporters. Some buses were set on fire. The match was relocated to Stade, Pierre Mauroy in the north of France because of the preparations for the Olympic Games. So the Villainous, the Askew, became the first city outside Greater Paris area to actually host the French Cup final since the, inception of the competition in 1917. Pretty much over a century ago, if you ask me. Yeah, that's pretty much over a century ago. So it's crazy. It's crazy how time flies, eh?